Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is weird, I know, weird lighting. I'm at my grandma's house. This video is my path to inversion. I did Peloton and Kirra's path to inversion program, basically learning how to do a handstand in yoga. It is a 2-week program. I will give you a spoiler alert. I did not do an unassisted handstand. You will not see that in this video. The reason I want to share this, I started filming it because Kirra said to film yourself so that you can get an idea of where you are. So that's why I started filming it. I decided to share it as a video because, one, I like to do the Peloton programs and share them with you guys, and two, I just felt like just the simple act of or thought of being upside down will probably throw a lot of people off from wanting to give this program a shot, or thinking that it's just something that they would never be able to do or whatever. You know, I was like, I'm not gonna try that one because I'm not gonna be able to do it. I wanted to share so that you can see really what the program is, what you're doing, how you're working towards it. It's not just yoga queen does a handstand, you know, it's very, you'll see. I wanted to share it with you because I want to encourage you to give it a shot. Honestly, that's the main reason. I want you to just try it and you might surprise yourself. I know I did. So this is a little different than my other Peloton videos. A lot of the stuff that you're going to see me doing, well, one is repeated a lot, so I won't bore you with a lot of the things that are done every single time. But two, the moves are very subtle. They don't look like much. So I am going to be talking you through pretty much the entire time. I don't usually do that with my Peloton videos. I just show you bits and pieces of me working out, but I will talk you through pretty much this entire thing. Did not film the last day, and that's because I forgot. So yeah, I'm gonna let you guys watch this and we'll meet up at the end.
So day one is all about foundations. You're going to see me doing a lot of things that don't look like much, like these finger puppets that I'm doing here to try to sort of engage the muscles in my hands and get them ready for the pressure that I'm going to be putting on them. And then here, kind of like a child's pose, going in and out, using the blocks for support. Again, just prepping my hands for the weight that is going to be put down on them. This is a move you're going to see a lot throughout this video. This is called shoulder flossing. Basically, you're taking a resistance band, pulling it taut so you have some resistance on it, and pulling it over and behind your back, rolling out your shoulders. This is a sneaky little burn. And then here again, just working on getting used to hand placement. Here I am just pushing my shoulders up and down using the block to kind of give me an idea of how it's going to feel when I'm upside down. And this is sort of like the shoulder flossing, just pulling the resistance band over behind my back while laying on my stomach. Day two is all about lower body mobility. All these movements are really small. It's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. Right now I'm just in a downward dog, sort of pedaling out my knees. And then here I'm doing a downward dog with my right leg in the air. I'm only going to show you one side because this whole flow was just done on either side. Here I brought my leg up to the front and I'm doing sort of like a, there you go, now you can see, just sort of like a balancing act. You can see I'm shaking a little bit, I'm not super stable. And then here, I think this was called pyramid, I don't quite remember. Just stretching out my hamstring using the blocks to help me out. And then here I'm supposed to be grabbing my other leg behind my back, but I could not reach. So moving on to day three, hollow body and line work. This was a lot of core work this day. Doing some nice cat-cows. So Kirra does talk about, while the core is important, going upside down in a handstand is mainly shoulder work. So that's what you really want to focus on. This is another thing you're going to see a lot, the hand placement, kind of trying to get my fingertips to point towards my knees. And back to some shoulder flossing. I'm gonna tell you guys that move actually feels so good. Now here I'm working my core by squeezing one block between my legs. If you weren't aware, your glutes are part of your core, while squeezing the other block between my hands out in front of me. And then we've got some resistance band, hollow body stuff going on here. That's not my strongest move. I'm trying my best. This is a tabletop position. I'm using the block to support my neck as sort of a modification. And now you're gonna see me move into a downward dog using the blocks for support. I got better as the 2 weeks went on, but I wasn't super great at holding the down dog without the blocks. The blocks just kind of bring the floor closer to you, so that's how they help. That's how you use those as a modification for a down dog. We'll move right along to day 4, planks and push-ups. It's exactly what it sounds like. Lots of planking, lots of push-ups. So here is that little twist, trying to get my wrists or my fingertips to point towards my legs. The closer to your knees that you pull your hands, it'll make it easier to twist your wrists around. And here we're just doing some shoulder rolls, backwards and forwards, opening all of that up. Okay, so moving into some push-ups, I started on my knees. It's a definite valid modification to take if you need to. You're gonna see here in a second, I did get up on my toes and tried to do a full push-up, but I did not make it down very far. I didn't feel like it was as effective. Definitely for my core, it was good, but not so effective for my arms, so I dropped back down to my knees. Y'all, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember what I was trying to do here. I think I was supposed to get that foot that's in the air on the floor behind me. That obviously did not work, and I have no idea what I was trying to attempt here. So that takes us to our plank series for the day. Basically, we did, I think it was about 45 seconds in a regular plank, 45 in a side plank on each side. Side planks are not my strongest point. I did do them on my knees. There I am trying to get up on my toes. You see my arm shake and I fell right back down. But I did try back to a plank. We repeated this like 3 or 4 times. And just like that, we're at day 5. Here we're practicing the exit strategy. So basically she just had us working on how to fall out of the handstand once we were in it. There I am, trying to twist my wrists around again. I have bad wrists, so that was really painful for me. This is really funny. Okay, so basically pretending to do a cartwheel for just over and over again, because you're supposed to cartwheel out of a handstand. I haven't done a cartwheel since I was a kid, and it did not go over very successfully, but I kept on trying. And now we get to go upside down for the first time. So exciting. Placing your hands on the floor and doing some wall walk-ups. And there's my little roll. Say hello. She had us practice hand placement before that. As you can see, I did not cartwheel out of my attempted handstands. I just don't have the room for it in my apartment. So I just let myself fall any way that I really fell down. Okay, day 6. This is really technically day 7 of the program, but I did 6 days in a row and took my rest day on the 7th day. So this day is upper body and core strength. Here is a weird thing. I think she called this puppy pose, and I was squeezing my hands together as hard as I possibly could, trying to get my head onto the floor between the blocks. And there's my block assisted downward dog, getting better at it. Here I am. I'm using the resistance band, squeezing the block between my thumb and my forefingers. I don't know. This one was confusing to me. You'll see, I kind of like mess around with being in and out of downward dog and using another block. I think it was more difficult for my brain than it was for my actual body, but you know, what are you gonna do? Here, my shoulders are in a wide stance and I'm kind of focusing, putting pressure on one hand versus the other, isolating my shoulders just to get them kind of warmed up. And then we're going to move into some core work, again assisted by the block under my neck. I'm just kicking away here. If you can't tell, core is not my strong point.
Okay, so today I'm taking the one and only rest day for week 1 of the Path to Inversion. Technically it's supposed to be like you do 5 days, take a rest day, and then day 7 you do the last workout, but I did all 6, and now I'm taking the rest day. So I thought I would do a kind of check-in on how the program is going. It's harder than I thought in some ways and easier than I thought in others. So like I expected there right off the bat to be more actual inversion work. We've only gone upside down once in one class. And you guys are seeing, if you're watching the video, obviously there's a lot of stuff that we're doing that doesn't really look like much. Like a lot of those like wrist exercises, a lot of like scapular push-ups, lots of those things. And Chicken, she's like rubbing herself into me, but when I pet her, she's like, no, that's not what I want. So there's lots of little movements that have been adding up. I can tell you my shoulders, my chest, and my core have been so sore all week. It's been insane. As far as if I think I'll actually get upside down this week, the answer is I don't really know, honestly. I mean, I feel like I did better than I thought I was going to do with the wall climbs. I just think I don't have as much space in here as I thought I did. And I don't know if I have a good spot in my house to give myself the space to get upside down and not be afraid of knocking something over when I come back down. So that's kind of what I need to workshop. Some of it was super humbling. Some of it was like, oh wow, I can't believe I can actually do this. I am sore as hell and I'm excited to get into week 2. So I'm going to take this day off and catch back up with you guys tomorrow to start week 2 out. Okay, bye.
Welcome to day 8. This was wall 101. The irony of that is that we did not go on the wall at all in this entire 30-minute class. Here is some finger puppets getting ready to go, and you already know we gotta floss those shoulders. It feels so good. Just looking at this makes me want to floss my shoulders out right now. We spent a nice good amount of time in downward dog today, so here I am just down in my dogs. Got a nice hamstring stretch going on both sides here. And this is pretty much what we did for the rest of the class. Some downward dogs, and then we moved into making sort of an L shape with another surface. I did not look like an L. I think that my bench wasn't a great use of it, but this is how we practice just being upside down with pressure on our hands. Day 9 is a quickie because after some shoulder flossing, we pretty much just planked for 15 minutes straight. There was some feet sliding happening that didn't really work for me with my floor. I could have moved to the hardwood floor, but I just didn't. Oh well. Alright. Alright, so day 10 we have wall strength and endurance. Just starting out with some wrist rolls here. And then going back into the L shape using the bench. Did a lot of this day. And now back to the wall. I spent most of this day just climbing into the wall and falling out of it, just like that. The next day we're working on the entrance strategy. Basically, how the hell are we going to get ourselves into this handstand? I really love this move. It's so good for like opening up your hamstrings. I would actually recommend trying this out after you do a ride on your Peloton bike. It will help you kind of stretch out after. Now you're going to see me climbing up the wall, and you'll also see me turn around and practice trying to kick up against the wall. This was really difficult. I did not get there. Really, not at all, not once. So enjoy these nice juicy shots of my butt for a while. And this was the last day that I filmed. This was just a lot of conditioning, a class you come back to working on shoulder strength, wrist strength, core strength. This is something that will definitely help you continue after the program to make sure that your muscles stay strong and are able to hold you up upside down.
So there you go. That was Path to Inversion, the program. I obviously did not do an unassisted handstand. I did get upside down a few times. I am genuinely surprised at how strong my shoulders got. Like, it's insane. It was just insane. I am going to continue working, repeating these classes, trying to get upside down. If this is something that you're interested in, if you want me to like make a video on my journey to a handstand, let me know. If it's something maybe you would rather see like on my Instagram stories, I'll do that. Or if you don't care at all, then I won't share it with you. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions about Peloton, Path to Inversion, me, anything at all, leave them in the comments down below, slide into my DMs on Instagram, whatever. I answer everybody all the time. And I'm gonna go work on my handstand some more, so I will see you guys very, very soon. Not right here, back in San Francisco where I live, in my next video. Bye!